Water towers, beaches, jet engines, ships, graffiti, and rail lines. And music, art, and bravery running through it all. A countercultural counterweight to 500 years of bullshit. Welcome to Punksacola. The underground stands in contrast to the mainstream. The mainstream, you know, all the stuff that everyone is consuming, the burgers, the sneakers, the speakers, the cosmetic upgrades. But the underground, in shadowy rooms, to small but intimate crowds, usually unnoticed by the mainstream. That's where we dwell. We live on a different frequency, different values, different interests. We can't stand the gray and the monotony and the pressure over things that are so meaningless. We are not buying what they are selling. We're rowdy and vibrant and creative. We are the underground. Big Clown seems to be a band that just can't stand to be bored or to bore the people around them. With quick, catchy, and playful songs, Big Clown is entertaining. Band members hail from Jackson, Mississippi, and Memphis, Tennessee. They were the subjects of a documentary film also called Big Clown. 309 Punk Project showed the film as a lead-in to the annual music festival known as Lady Fest this past August, and I had the chance to interview the filmmaker, Chris Huff, a professor at the University of Mississippi in Oxford, Mississippi. Here is a portion of that interview.
There's a very specific type of work that I do that is only that's based on the rural South and also with the program that I wanted to study. So being here, I was able to get some really interesting work in terms of looking at counterculture, such as drag, gender identities, drag queens, drag kings, and I just wanted to really just focus on that here in the rural South while I could also study at the University of Mississippi Southern Studies program, which helped facilitate that.
So when you think about Southern studies and documentary work, you know, of course, the first thing that would come to mind and thinking about the rural South would be this like way out there punk band that dresses up like clowns and just runs around acting all kinds of wild, right? So, like, how does all that, when you conceptualize Southern studies, like, and here you're doing this film, you know, what does that mean to you?
I think what I learned over time was that the South is extremely complex. And I think a lot of people who are from the South and who have experienced the South in that way realize that, right? There's not just one South, right? There's many
Mhm.
different types of Southern identities and this idea of what we call the South, right? And so that's one way that I really like to explore my own work, which is why I like to explore this idea of countercultures. You know, there's this idea of this like normative culture, but there's also these other places that are like totally that goes against that normative culture that what I'm really interested in, which also brought me to this project with Big Clown.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah, I love that you said the South is complex, and it sounds like we're in a mutual space that we're trying to always expand that understanding and like make it more layered and more nuanced and what the South really is, and bring that complexity out and let each piece of it have a place to have voice, you know. So how did you find Big Clown? Like what was your first experience of hearing about them, seeing them, meeting them? Like where did you find them?
I learned of them through a colleague who is John Rash, who you know.
Mhm.
And he told me about this band and he said it's a punk band and the front woman puts makeup on like a clown and she dresses up as a clown and this immediately intrigued me. I was like, I'm in. Get me in contact, like let's see how we can get in contact. And I was really interested because a lot of my work revolves around identity.
Mm-hmm.
And with drag queens and drag kings and all of the other types of drag that is out there, a lot of it is this idea of transformation, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so with Big Clown, with the front woman, Lucy, she's, making herself into a clown, right? There's this
Mm-hmm.
idea of, um, I don't want to speak for her, right? But I kind of see it as an identity change. It's like
Mm-hmm.
she's almost getting into this character. I found them on Spotify and I immediately love their music.
Yeah, they're
And
great.
I emailed them with just like a quick proposition of who I was and what I would like the project to be about, and if we could hop onto a Zoom call. And they didn't quite have like that attitude of, yeah, let's do it, we're awesome, which what I also really like too, right? They're just like totally normal people living totally
Mm-hmm.
normal and like awesome lives, right? In fact, when Lucy had hopped on the call, I actually was just intending to kind of make the film about Lucy and her work and her writing and her makeup and everything that she's been doing. And she said something that um I really appreciated, that she said, Big Clown wouldn't be Big Clown without everybody. So I would really like for everybody to be like really involved. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
actually sounds great. I would love to do that. I would
Mm-hmm.
love to work with you all. These are all people who like deeply care about each other. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, I think I'm gonna really see that reflected in this film. And that's what I kind of started to look at it now. I shifted my perspective. Yeah.
How does this film compare to some of the other work you've done? Have you made other documentary films? It sounds like you have. You have a lot of credentials from what you listed, but how does this compare with your other work? How is it similar? How is it different? Where do they diverge?
Yeah. Um, I think the first one that makes it different is I've never made a documentary about a musician before. I've made a documentary about a painter. I've made many pieces about Mississippi drag queens, um, someone who calls himself a genderfuck drag performer. But in terms of music, I've never done that, right? And it actually, I think it worked out really cool because you got to see Lucy's perspective, and
Hmm.
Lucy's a front woman who like drastically changes her appearance, and then we have like the guys in the back, right?
Hmm.
So it was really interesting to see that difference, and I loved having all three of them on the couch because now you could see how they interacted with each other, and
Hmm.
how they responded to each other, and how they riffed off of each other. And um, with my other documentaries, I've never had two people sitting together, or three
Hmm.
people or four people. It's always been one-on-one. Even though my one of my previous documentaries, it was all about the relationship between a drag mother and a drag child. And now looking back, I'm like, maybe I should have had them together, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
this really kind of it changed again my perspective on how I might want to work on projects in the future as well.
Yeah, yeah. And watching it, I assume that that was an intentional choice, with Lucy mostly being by herself and then with the other three on the couch. And, that's what I think I got the impression about them as friends, and just kind of like, there's that typical sort of music video band sitting on a couch, or like something with like a talk show or something like that. So that sort of vibe came across from what I saw. And then, yeah, you definitely see in some documentaries where I know there's one that's made here that's actually about aging in the LGBTQ community. So there's couples that are older and they kind of talk about when they met and stuff like that. And it's always like those little sweet moments where they're sitting side by side and then they're like, no, that's not what happened. Like, you tell the story. Mhm.
I mean, Lucy was talking about in the beginning how, well, it's not just about me, right? We have Zach, we have Steven, we have Jesse, like they're all big parts of the band too. And so being able to get them all together really, I think, helped push that narrative.
So now here we are, watching the film and listening to Big Clown in Pensacola, Florida, where I don't know that we would have, known about this band before.
And are even looking at possibly getting them to come maybe next summer or something like that, having them perform a show. So do you know how they've been impacted by this documentary? Like, have you had a chance to kind of talk with them, and what was their like reaction to the film, and how has it changed them as a band, if at all?
Where they were able to all come to Oxford, and I was able to show my film, and they were able to play out in the Grove at the University of Mississippi, and I was able to invite my students to come watch the film and then watch the band play. And I'm pretty sure they had a blast with it. I think that they really had fun kind of messing with some of my students. And there was one song where Lucy had told the crowd that they have to hop like a frog during a certain part of the song. And she started calling out all of my students who weren't doing it. And they were so embarrassed. And I really thought it was a lot of fun because, you know, my students had told me how much fun they had. They'd never experienced anything like that. And I feel really happy that I'm able to have a connection with a band in Mississippi that is trying to, well, Mississippi and Memphis, right? Who's really trying to make a change through their art. It's not, the band is not just a band that's like, we're gonna get up here and we're gonna scream and be silly. Like, a good bit of their music points out issues about what's happening here in the South and here in Mississippi and Memphis and just other places, right? And I think that being able to do that while also bringing people in to watch you and to be in that space, I think is really important for spreading awareness of certain issues and certain things that need to be addressed that sometimes are hard topics to talk about, you know? And sometimes things like that can get people talking.
Littlefoot. Dark folk sharing hard songs to hear. This little poem is how the musician Littlefoot defines his work on his Instagram account. The alternative folk artist from Arizona came through in March 2024 to play a house show at 309 and blessed us with his talents. He is on tour this fall on the West Coast.
I have a mix of like old songs, new songs, and released songs tonight also. So, but this next song I'm playing is off my first record. It's called Hometowns Make Bad Homes. Bus isn't enough. All this time we rich kids in suburban homes. still I should be out wandering. I should be out wandering. I should be on a train heading south. Oh, wandering. I should be out wandering. Why the fuck am I stuck in this town?
Regular listeners and 309 aficionados will know that 309 houses quite an impressive collection of ephemera in our punk archive, mostly focused on Pensacola and mostly focused on the punk scene of our city. But we're suckers for all things weird and wonderful. So this month, Aaron Comet Bus, our most recent artist in residence, curated an impressive exhibition called Pensacola Underground A to Z, which involved plastering the wooden walls of our dear punk house with all kinds of items. The opening night event was lots of fun and included a fashion show and local tunes spun by DJ Ronnie Ricaccio, hot as a nacho. Our trusty archival intern, Seth Mattei, recorded the event and created this clip for a school assignment.
Hello and welcome to the Punk Rock Archiving Podcast, Episode 1, How to Create a Successful Archival Exhibit. I'm your host, Seth Mattei, here to give all of you research, archive, and underground and counterculture enthusiasts a taste of how to create a successful archival exhibit through community, collaboration, and grassroots organization. Here's 309 co-founder, board member, and co-author of The Oral History of Punk House in the Deep South, Scott Satterwhite, speaking about creating materials for the Pensacola Underground A to Z exhibit, which opened at 309 Punk Project in Pensacola on September 7th, 2024.
I wanted to see how many people are actually on the walls in here. Nice. All right, cool. All right. How many people are one step removed from things on this wall? You've been to the events, you've seen the places, you know the people who drew the flyers, etc.
I'm looking on the walls one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Goals.
So I wanted to thank everybody for not only your contributions to this exhibit, but also your contributions to this community, because we wouldn't be here without you, not only as 309, but really just as the scene.
Here we have punk rock author, musician, zine publisher, Renaissance man, co-author of A Punk House in the Deep South Oral History, and former Pensacola resident Aaron Comet Bus talking about 309 and what makes it special and interesting.
So here we are at 309, a place known for its fleas, its unleashed dogs, its people drinking on the porch loudly at all hours, broken cars, unleashed dogs I already mentioned, but it's also hosted shows, it's hosted meetings, plays, films, weddings, wakes, dance parties, books to prisoner mailings, and all sorts of other kinds of events. It's not perfect by any means, but it's our union hall.
And here is a short clip of Hale Morissette, a Pensacola DJ and candidate for Florida State Representative District 2, speaking about her role in the exhibit and finding herself in it.
Like me being a person who is literally just on these walls for doing really crazy shit.
The Pensacola Underground A to Z exhibit featured all manner of ephemera, from bolt cutters, musical instruments, zines, books, event flyers, record albums, and everything in between, in alphabetical order across all of the walls of the main room at 309. Here, Scott Satterwhite speaks about the collaboration and outreach necessary to make such a wide array of ideas and artifacts come together as an exhibit.
When we were first making this call for people to donate some things to the archives, we really had to look and start to dig around in different places, ask some people, and I wanted to personally thank all those folks who did jump in on the ask, because that was really important to us, and it showed us we have broad support within the community.
309's Pensacola Underground A to Z exhibit was an inspiring display that taught me, and I hope taught you, that with enough conscious documentation, friendship, holding on to artifacts, and continuous preservation and collaboration, we can all create something extraordinary. I will close this podcast with Aaron Cometbus talking about the importance of looking back, celebrating the past, and paying respect to those who made impacts before we did.
Most of the events on the walls here I was not part of. Many I was not alive for. But my heart swells when I see everything that's been done in this relatively small city. Every single A to Z effort, which was a struggle for the people involved, and that we get to celebrate now.
In an homage to ink and paper punk scenes of yesteryear and in support of our vibrant and thriving DIY music scenes, Punksacola Audiozine features a scene report. We want to hear from you. We want to know what's going on in your local live music scene. Get in touch if you want to submit a piece. Here is the Punksacola Audiozine scene report.
Welcome to Lady Fest 2024. This is your special reporter, Delta Twerk, of the band Cookies and Cake, checking in with you. We just got all set up. The first band, Gaping Maw from Panama City, just played their first show ever and fucking killed it. And also, I am doing a live scene report for 309 Punk Project, and my band member just yelled something at me and kind of threw me off. But I am here with my Cajun Queen, Jordan, who just experienced Gaping Maw for the first time like we all did. What were your impressions, ma'am?
Could have cried. That was fucking awesome. Free Palestine.
Did you enjoy the group Primal Scream we started out the night with?
You have no idea how bad I needed that. Needed that so bad.
I think we all needed it. And if you're listening to this right now, you should let out a primal scream. I don't care if you're in your car. I don't care if you're at the grocery store. I don't care if you're in your bed. You should just let it all out. And then we're going to let the love and friendship of this amazing night fill your soul back up. So stay tuned. No one ever tells you at what point you're dead. Get on scale, set your work. Pound for pound, same in the dirt. Hey guys, I'm back. You just heard Pensacola band Brickbats. Marigold's Apprentice played, and they fucking slayed. And obviously it was so good, I can't even talk about it. I'm also going to level with you. I forgot until that first reporting in that I was supposed to be doing this, so my bad. But it just goes to show that sometimes when it's DIY, that's what makes for good content. Speaking of content, I'm here with two old-ass punk bitches, my babies, and they are going to let you know what they think of Ladyfest 2024 so far. Can you state your name? You do not have to state your age, but you do have to state your astrological sign, and let me know what has been your favorite part of Ladyfest 2024 this year.
I am Sarah. I am a Capricorn Sun, Leo, Moon, and Rising.
Okay, bitch.
And I got here kind of late, so all I've seen is Brickbats, and they were fucking awesome. Fucking killed it. Katie Hubbard is a beast on the fucking drums, as always.
Okay.
As always. And it's just a great vibe, and everybody's cool, and it's lovely.
I highly agree. And if you don't agree, get the fuck off this podcast. I'm here with another little angel baby. I would love to hear from you. Your name and your astrological sign, please.
Yeah, I'm Allie. I'm an Aquarius Sun, Cap, Moon, Leo rising. And I love Lady Fest because I love the whole vibe, just bringing all the bad bitches of Pensacola together. And can we talk about the outfits? They're slaying, and everybody's bringing their best look. So good music, good friends, and good vibes all around every year, year after year.
Well, I did not pay them for those reviews, so there you go. I don't know any greater compliment to this event that's been going on for years. But if you love repping for your community and coming out and seeing awesome bands, seeing cool vendors, maybe this is for you. I don't know. Keep paying attention. We'll play some more bands if I remember. Again, my bad if I do forget. But keep paying attention. We'll get back. I'll try to get back to you guys. We really hope to see you here at one of these things. If you're not here tonight, honestly, you're kind of missing out. But it's all good. Now you're hearing about it, and now you're going to know. Bye. I'm back again. I bet you thought I was gone. Guess again, bitches. It's Ashley, aka Delta Twerk, coming back with that scene report. I have identified some youths. We're gonna get the youth's opinion on Lady Fest 2024. What do we think so far?
I love it. I'm really happy because I feel like it's such a different, each band represents like a different part of the scene, and I think it's like very much focused on collaboration. I also feel because it's not 3 days this week, it's been a lot more enjoyable because it's a little bit more compacted. And I also want to say the theme today, on point.
That was my idea. Thank you. I did not pay them to say that. Can I get your opinion? You look eager.
I absolutely love Lady Fest. I feel like punk and DIY communities have come such a long way, and it is so good and rewarding to feel the fruits of the Riot Girls' efforts coming through and feeling like we have not only a place in the scene, but cemented support and love and adoration in the scene.
I'm twerking as they say that. Last but not least, can I please have your commentary?
Woo. I don't have anything in depth to give, really. I like that it was fun that it was 3 days last year, but it was kind of a lot going on. So I do like how it's just like one day this year, and it's like a fun little thing to go out and do. I love all the support, honestly, like just Lady Fest, celebrating womanhood, etc., just gender across the board. Like, it's great.
Thank you so much. We have one last little comment from a sweet little baby angel I just found. How old are you?
I'm 21. I just want to say I'm really happy that the scene in Pensacola specifically is combating like a lot of the ongoing like racism that has popped up, and it does continue to pop up, but I feel like we are more action oriented these days and we're more mobilized, and events like this promote our actual goal and purpose as the punk scene rather than letting people just like do whatever the fuck they want and party.
This is Delta Twerk, one of the organizers of Lady Fest who can die happy at this very moment, signing off for the moment. I'm going to come back with another band, but I got to go cry real quick because y'all just touched my fucking hearts. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a really fun time and be safe. 309, scene report, confessional. I just cried like a little bitch after that. That was so fucking sweet, and that's why we do what we do. And it's, if you build it, they will come, and people want this cool culture, and we can do it, and we did it. And that's why Pensacola is so special. XOXO, crybaby bitch girl. Scene report, captain's log, 420.69. Cookies and Cake just played. I'm losing my voice. Everybody loved it. Team Non-Existent just about tore this place to shreds. It was amazing. I'm going to do my best to try to keep reporting back, y'all, but this is wild. I really wish you were here, honestly. This is going to be the talk of the town of at least a small subculture here in Pensacola. If you don't know about 309, you need to check it out. If you don't know about Save Our Cats and Kittens, you need to check it out. If you don't know about Strive, you need to check it out. And if you don't know about Part 850, you know what I'm going to say. Check it out, babies. This might be my over and out. We'll see if I check back in later. Just know that I love you all. We appreciate you all. And without you all, we couldn't do this. And we couldn't make our town so special. So Delta Twerk, maybe over and out. I might pop in later. You never know what I'm going to do. Mwah.
Thanks for listening to the latest episode of the Punksacola Audiozine. We are coming to you from Pensacola, Florida, in the southeastern U.S., the traditional homeland of the Creek, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Cherokee, and Seminole peoples. We at the 309 Punk Project truly appreciate your support and efforts with us to preserve and promote punk and DIY culture and arts that inspire and enrich all of our lives. Check out our news and events, donate, get in touch, or join our distro list, all at 309punkproject.org. Remain ungovernable. Let's rock out with some Big Clown.